your market's probably saturated. Like, that's it. There's no chance. What's the point in even starting? Is what a lot of people think about every single industry. And I just think that it's a load of rubbish. Hear me out for a sec. So, it has never been easier to run a business, period. Every business owner will agree with you there, in that the opportunities there are so much greater, and you have so much more leverage as an individual than we've ever had in the human history. But it is still really hard, no questions about it, so hard. And there are situations throughout very recent history where anyone doing anything in a specific area made a lot of money. For example, if you got into crypto in 2010 to 15, you made money. Period. No matter what it was, whether it was a business, if you were investing in coins, if you were doing whatever you were doing in the space, it worked. Whereas now, it's saturated. Is it? If you started YouTube the year it started, the odds of you becoming a significant YouTuber for today, really high. But does that mean that it's impossible to get there today? No. And the reason I think so is because it has also never been easier to beat the crowd. Yes, things are more busy than ever, but that means also full of crap. So it's never been easier to get into the top 20, 10, 5, 1% by just turning up and doing something. So let's give you an example. Tutoring, my company, my current company, that's saturated. I know so many tutors. And you wouldn't think that you'd be able to start a company in it, but we are, because we're offering a service that is better. You see new YouTube channels as an example. Watching one last night, cinema level production, incredible. And this new channel only has a few videos, 5 to 10 I think, but it's already got 1 million subscribers because of the quality. Now, I've posted 300 videos and I'm a no one, because the quality, the effort, the attention that goes into each of my videos is next to nothing. But if I had the clout of a business sale, my message might be worth more. And so I could be saying exactly the same thing, but now more people might take it seriously. And on the flip side, if you're going to be amazing because of what you say is so profound, you will also rise to the top very quickly. So is your market saturated, or do you actually just have to do a better job? I think that's the reality of it. If you look at Udi as an example, Davey Fogarty's company, during COVID, he got a 40 or 50 ROAS, return on his ad spend, from boosting a picture of his mum wearing one. Now, anyone who's in digital marketing, that's ridiculous. But imagine if you actually had the skill. If he had the skill he has now, then that probably would have been a 200 ROAS rather than 50. But at the time they were doing it, it was never so easy to do it. And so you may have missed the tidal wave that's rising every boat no matter what they do. The dot-com bubble. But it's still not bad for online businesses, is it? That bubble popped, but businesses are making more money online than ever. The financial crash happened, but businesses are still making more money than ever in real estate. The opportunity is still everywhere, but I think when people say that the market is saturated, what it means is that you won't succeed if it's not good, which is the criteria for any business. I think lots of people just want an easy win, and that is not the reality of creating a business. There is no shortcut. But if you have the skill and you know how to do it, then when those tidal waves come through, you can surf them. You can be the maverick surfing a tsunami because you have the skills to back it. Whereas it is definitely an opportunity for a lot of people who get propelled into success by them riding a tsunami in a dinghy, and they don't know what they're doing, but they manage to stay alive and not get crushed. But just because there isn't a tsunami anymore doesn't mean that industry's dead. Like, I know for a fact you could still build a business drop shipping, e-com, blogging. I've still got friends who blog for a business and they run off of affiliate fees. And like, that's still a thing, which is wild to think because that was massive. And it was like pre-getting big 25 years ago. And it was like the thing to do 15 years ago. And now it's kind of been forgotten. But I guarantee it still makes a ton of money. And it's probably never been easier because they didn't have AI at the time. So now the amount of content you can pump out is wild. And that was the single biggest difficulty of doing it. So there you go. If you're thinking your market is saturated, I would change the question and say, how can I improve my product or service so that I stand out amongst the crowd? What's going to make me rise to the top? That's the question that I think will help you get to the top. So just some thoughts I was having today by the pool. Fun one for me to remember looking back on when we hit a plateau and we're like, right, how can we get to the point where every single person who we come into contact with raves about it to all their friends and family? Because if they did that, your business would be insane. It would grow like crazy. Bless me, I think I'm getting a bit sick. That's how it is. All right, guys, have a great evening. Peace.